It's late.
The tabs are open.
3 businesses.
Maybe 4.
Your potential customer is not on a call with you.
They're not sitting across from your salesperson.
They're alone with a laptop, a quiet house, and one worry they have not said out loud yet.
Can I trust this?
Is it worth the price?
Will this work for a business like mine?
What happens if I say yes and then regret it?
They skim your service page.
They read a competitor's post.
They look for proof.
They hunt for the answer that would make them feel safe enough to take the next step.
And in that moment, your business is either in the room through content that answers them,
Or it's absent.
that's the room you're not in.
I'm Kristina. This is the Lumin Signal, the daily marketing podcast from Lumin Marketing Group.
And I'm Evan.
Today, we're talking about the room you're not in.
How to turn your content library into a sales asset.
Objection answers.
Proof.
Proposal language.
Follow-ups.
The answers your buyer needs when you're not personally there to explain.
This pays off yesterday's vault.
Yesterday was about making your content findable.
Today is about pointing that library at the sale.
The line for today is this.
When you're not in the room, your content is the salesperson.
And before anyone gets itchy, that doesn't mean content replaces a good sales conversation.
Good.
It means the sales conversation is not the only place the buyer is deciding.
That's the key.
Because the buyer in our opening scene is not waiting patiently for office hours.
They're trying to resolve doubt on their own time.
And if your best answer only exists in your head, it can't help them.
Or if it exists somewhere in the vault but nobody has shaped it for sales, it still might not help.
Exactly.
Findable is the first win.
Sales ready is the second.
This is where a lot of teams get stuck.
Marketing made the helpful thing,
Sales knows the buyer needs it.
but in the actual moment, nobody knows what to send.
Or they send the whole post when the buyer needed 3 clean sentences,
Or they send a link with no context,
which puts the work back on the buyer.
and the buyer already has work.
They're comparing options,
Explaining the decision to someone else.
trying not to choose badly.
So a sales kit's not more marketing for the sake of more marketing.
It's your useful content trimmed to the moment.
Forrester has a useful phrase here. Unknown equals unused. We're using that as a concept today, not a statistic.
If content is hard to find, people don't use it.
And in sales, that matters because timing is brutal.
You don't need the perfect explanation 3 weeks later.
You need the good explanation when the buyer is deciding.
So the tool of the day is a sales kit.
Small,
Living,
pulled from the content library you started yesterday.
not a giant brand binder.
Please no.
A practical view of the vault that helps you answer, prove, propose, and follow up.
The first asset is the objection answer.
This is the answer to the thing buyers hesitate on.
Price,
Timing,
trust,
scope.
whether the offer fits their kind of business,
The mistake is trying to invent this answer live every time.
which is how good people end up sounding vague,
Or defensive.
or like they're apologizing for the price before the buyer has even asked.
The better move is to go to the library.
Find the post, email, FAQ answer, or service page section where you already handled the objection clearly.
Then turn it into a short sales-ready answer.
Not a speech,
A usable paragraph.
something you can say on a call.
Paste into a proposal.
Or send after a meeting when the buyer says, I just need to think about it.
Let's use price,
A weak answer says, we're worth it,
which may be true.
but it doesn't help the buyer decide.
A stronger objection answer explains what drives the price, what is included, what risk it reduces, and when a simpler option might be enough.
That last part matters,
It does.
because sales content shouldn't bully someone into buying.
It should help the right buyer feel clear.
The room you're not in is quieter than your sales call.
The buyer is not performing confidence.
They're asking the practical question.
Does this make sense for me?
Your objection answer should meet that question without pressure.
I would also make it easy to use out loud.
Yes,
If the answer only works as a polished article, it's not quite sales ready.
the salesperson needs the plain version.
The buyer needs the plain version too.
A good test is this. Could you read it in a follow-up email without sounding like a brochure?
If not, simplify it.
The second asset is the proof one-pager. This is not a giant case study.
Tomorrow, we're going to talk about that kind of proof in more detail.
Today, the proof one-pager is a compact sales asset.
1 page.
One buyer concern.
One example that makes the claim easier to believe.
You can pull it from a testimonial,
A project recap.
before and after post.
A useful customer story you already told on LinkedIn.
The sales version is tighter.
What was the problem?
What did you do?
What changed?
What should a similar buyer take from it?
I want to push on this one.
Go ahead.
A lot of small businesses don't have formal case studies.
They don't need formal case studies to start.
Right, they need believable proof.
Proof can be a short story,
A screenshot you have permission to use.
a quote.
A repeated pattern from customer work, framed carefully as your experience.
The point is not to decorate the sale.
It's to reduce uncertainty.
The buyer late at night is asking, has this worked for someone enough like me?
Your proof one-pager should answer that,
Cleanly,
without making the buyer dig through 6 social feeds to find it.
and keep the proof connected to the worry.
That's important.
If the buyer is worried about implementation, don't send a general praise quote.
Send proof that speaks to implementation.
If they're worried about trust, show how the process reduces risk.
Proof works best when it answers the specific doubt in the room.
The third asset is the proposal snippet.
This one sounds small, but it changes the quality of the handoff.
A proposal is not just a price document.
It's often the thing that gets forwarded.
To a partner,
A manager,
a board,
a spouse,
someone who is not in the meeting,
which means the proposal enters another room you're not in.
and if the proposal only says deliverables in dollars, it may not carry the reasoning.
The proposal snippet is a reusable paragraph from your library.
It explains the problem,
The recommended approach,
the reason behind the approach.
and the outcome the buyer is trying to create.
You adapt it for the specific client.
But you don't rebuild the logic from zero.
This is where AI can help.
With a strong boundary.
Give an AI assistant the original content, the buyer context, and your tone guardrails.
Ask it to reshape the answer into a proposal paragraph.
Then edit it like a person who knows the client.
Because AI can make a sentence smoother.
It can't know which proof is honest,
It can't know what was promised on the call.
and it can't carry the relationship for you,
So use it to draft.
not to decide.
And keep these snippets in plain language.
A proposal is not the place to prove you know every industry term,
It's the place to make the recommendation easy to repeat.
because someone else may have to explain it after forwarding the document.
Give them language they can carry.
That's part of being in the room without being in the room.
The fourth asset is the follow-up template.
This is the one that saves the most awkward typing.
The meeting ends.
The buyer says, send me something.
Or I need to talk it over.
Or can you remind me how this works?
And too often, the follow-up becomes a polite little note with no real help in it.
Thanks again for your time.
Let me know if you have questions.
Perfectly polite.
Almost weightless.
A sales-ready follow-up should do more.
It should answer the likely next doubt.
Point to the right proof,
Restate the useful decision criteria.
and offer a clear, low-pressure next step.
Again, this comes from the library.
If you already wrote a strong post about timelines, turn it into the follow-up after a timing objection.
If you already answered a pricing question, turn it into the follow-up after the budget conversation.
If you already have proof, link the proof.
Do not make the buyer hunt.
And don't make every follow-up sound the same.
The template is a starting structure.
Not a mail merge with a first name dropped in.
The useful version says, based on what you asked, here's the piece that matters.
That sentence alone changes the feel,
It tells the buyer you listened.
and it gives the content a job. This is where Gartner matters.
Gartner's published research on the B2B buying journey says buyers spend only about 17% of their total buying time meeting with potential suppliers' sales reps.
And because buyers are usually comparing multiple suppliers, any single rep may get only about 5% of that total buying time.
That's the room you're not in numbers.
Most of the deciding is happening somewhere else,
With their team.
in their inbox,
In a proposal forwarded to someone who never met you.
in a browser tab at night,
Maybe even in a notes app where they're listing pros and cons.
or in a quick message to a partner that says, I like them, but I'm still unsure about the price.
That's a very real sales moment.
And nobody from your company is there to rescue the explanation.
So the question is not, can our salesperson explain this?
The question is, can our content explain this when the salesperson is absent?
That's not fear.
No.
It's design.
You're designing for the moments you can't attend.
Which brings us back to the buyer.
Late night,
Tabs open.
one worry still unresolved.
If they find your objection answer, they get clarity.
If they find your proof one-pager, they get confidence.
If the proposal carries the right snippet, the internal conversation gets easier.
If the follow-up answers the next doubt, the silence after the call gets less vague.
None of that guarantees the deal.
It shouldn't.
Some buyers are not a fit.
Some timing is wrong.
Some budgets are not there.
But your best answers shouldn't be trapped in yesterday's marketing post.
They should be available to the sale.
The small action today is simple.
Pick the one objection you hear most before someone says yes.
Price, timing, trust, fit.
Find where you already answered it well.
A post.
An email.
A page.
A proposal paragraph you liked.
Paste that answer into a document titled Sales Kit.
That's one asset ready for the next proposal or follow-up.
And if your marketing creates good content, but your sales conversations still start from a blank page, Lumin Marketing Group can help you turn what you have already published into a sales kit.
Objection answers, proof, and follow-ups that are ready the moment a buyer's deciding.
Tomorrow, we will show you how to turn one happy customer into proof you can reuse everywhere.
Without writing a giant case study or chasing a testimonial for 3 weeks.
Thank you for listening to the Lumin Signal.
Produced by Lumin Marketing Group.
We will see you tomorrow.